The Paul Harris Society was initiated by a district governor out in California who said, hey, we have lots of Rotarians that can contribute more than $100. And so he set up a program and say, let's recognize those Rotarians that give $1,000 or more. And you've seen the number up on the board. We think we have 42 recognized Paul Harris Society members in District 6000. And another, what, 70-some, Bill, that are contributing over 1,000, but they've never told us that. And so we've never recognized them as being District 6000 Society members. This is a PowerPoint that the Rotary Foundation's put together. I had Carolyn put this up on the website. I would encourage you to download the thing. She says if you go to the Rotary home or District 6000 homepage, over on the left-hand side, there's something that says Rotary Foundation. You go down there. It's a real quick little. It's 8 slides long, or 8 pictures long, with complete with narrative. One of the points that I want to make about the Paul Harris Society, you don't have to give the $1,000 all at once. You can use Rotary's reoccurring giving program. You can do it monthly, quarterly, or annually, or semi-annually, whatever system you want to set up. Using a credit card or your debit card, going directly to Rotary, and $85 a month qualifies you as a Paul Harris Society member. And that's the metal ribbon that we want to give to everybody that wants to contribute annually this $1,000. Think of the impact on your club's giving and on the district's giving if we can get the number of those Paul Harris Society members higher than what we currently have. And Cal, were you handing out Paul Harris Society? Yeah, there's a brochure. There's more over here. We encourage you to, look at the club recognition summary. How much are your club members giving? Who else could be recognized as a Paul Harris Society member in your club? Or who could be encouraged to become a Paul Harris Society member? And we have let's wear Jackie's handout because we'll create the certificate. It says, and this one's for Deb Ockenfeld. Deb's a spouse of an incoming governor. She just joined the Rotary Club of Iowa City AM. Her first check was for $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. And so we're giving her, we have her certificate ready. Anyway, you can use this, and I encourage you to use the come on.
Done.
Up there. Ha.
No,
Technology.
No, it works on the computer. Does it?
Okay.
Not very well. Just use the arrow.
And so, like I say, it's a very short 8-picture or 8 sets or 8 pictures, 8 set of slides, complete with narration. Get it, use this brochure to encourage people to participate and to give at the Paul Harris Society level. Dan?
What happens if someone wants to do like money to the annual fund of $200 a year or $100 every year to, through the club and every return every year or whatever, but then they sign up online and do another $75 a month through Polio Plus or something, so the total's $1,000, but it's coming in 2 different sources.
Look at the top comment on that handout I gave you. The contribution can be split between the annual fund, polio, or a district approved grant, approved foundation grant. Jerry, and if you ever get the grant approved, that might be a way to get some more funds. Does that answer your question, Dan?
So it doesn't matter which way they come in, if it comes in through a check or it comes in through credit card every month, or a combination of whatever, or wherever, as
As long as you designate how you want it to
and then
go.
let you all know that it's how we're doing it, or how the individual within the club is doing it.
Yep, yep. Other questions about Paul Harris Society? Passage to Governor Bill Tubbs, Rotary Club of North Scott. He was the district governor in 2004-05. He introduced that concept here in our district. And so it's been floating around since then. Yeah, Dan?
So, going on Dan's example there, your recognition for Paul Harris fellowships, are they, isn't that just based on the annual funds, or would that include Polio Plus as well, contributions?
Paul Harris Fellow is annual fund, I believe.
No,
No,
it's
it's
everything.
both, it's both.
It's
It can-
everything?
To include your gift to matching grant.
Yeah, it can be all three. If you give $1,000 a year, you're automatically a Paul Harris Fellow the first year.
Right. But ongoing in his examples, right?
Yeah.
Was that ever any different? I thought there was something about it.
Historically, I don't think it was, but now it is. That's the way it's identified. One of three ways: matching grants, polio, or annual fund. Endowed funds are not credible towards your total major donor status of Paul Harris.
That's for every return every year, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Every return every year leads to the Paul Harris
Yeah.
Fellow.
It doesn't count for the endowment for that though.
That's correct.
It's the annual fund. Cal mentioned the Rotary Peace Centers. He mentioned that we have our second student. There is a Rotary Foundation goal, originally was $95 million to fund this program. We're at $90 million, reached already. And so the foundation trustees said, we need more money. So they've upped the ante to $115 million to be reached by June 30th, 2015. Now, there is a major gifts committee raising dollars for this for the peace centers. They're looking for $100,000 gifts. Brock just held up his hand. But seriously, if there is somebody in your community that has a deep, deep interest in peace and would like to make a major gift to this peace initiative, these 6 centers around the world, have them get in touch with me, please. Because we can put you in touch with the people that are interested in funding that particular program. 6 universities, 10 students a year, master's degree program. It's a 2-year program. Ending up with a master's degree in peace and conflict resolution.
Do you know how we are tied to a particular student?
Well, Doug, you sponsored the current, your club sponsored the current student, right, Fairfield?
Yes, that's right.
How did you do that?
We met Celia when she was a student at the high school, at our high school. And we just tracked her to Iowa State, and France, and Columbia, and we just knew her for a long time to build this relationship with her. She was an outbound exchange student of ours. We got involved in other projects with her. And when this opportunity came up, we wrote the application and.
She's from Fairfield.
Huh?
She's from Fairfield.
Well, she's from Colombia, actually. She moved to the United States when she was a child, and went to school in Fairfield. But we cultivated a relationship over a long period of time when we submitted her application for consideration.
The typical candidate for a Peace Scholar is not like your the former ambassadorial scholars. They're looking for somebody that's had international experience previously.
You know, Celia's trilingual, lived on 3 continents. I mean, she's
Yeah.
worldly.
Any other questions about the Peace Program? Rather unique. let's go on to that second paragraph, talking about major donors. A major donor is somebody that has either accumulated $10,000 in giving to the Rotary Foundation or makes a one-time gift of $10,000 or more. And it can go into the endowment fund.
Anyone that didn't get this, I put it in your packets, but anyone else that didn't get one of these? Sorry, Don.
It can go into the endowment fund, or it can go into the annual fund. And I put there the little recognition pin. Didn't you get one yet? The little square pin with one diamond says you're a major donor level 1. You can go up to major donor level 6. You get 6 diamonds clustered around that thing. And then there's a special designation, and you saw it on Cal's slide. For those donors that give what, $250,000? There's a program recognition called the Arch Clump Society. Arch Clump being the president that had the idea of starting the foundation. Our district is honored to have 2 Arch Clump Society members. Past District Governor Charlie Gavis, obviously deceased, but he was named an Arch Clump Society member by his family. Several of us had the opportunity to go in when he was honored. And let me tell you, if you ever get the opportunity to go into the Rotary Foundation when they honor an Arch Clump Society member, it's worth your trip to Chicago. Agreed?
Agreed.
The second individual is Past District Governor Herb Wilson, who is also an Arch Clump Society member. And we're very proud of what they have done. So, one of the key points with the major donor, notice, I think it's the last statement on there. Was recognition points don't count. It has to be dollars contributed, totaling $10,000. Does that make sense? So what questions do you have about major donor recognition? "10 years of Paul Harris Society would make you a major donor." Okay? All right, now let's switch to the endowment fund. The easiest way to make it, for you to make an impact and get started supporting the endowment fund is to become a Rotary Foundation benefactor. Benefactor is somebody that is, one, given $1,000 outright to the endowment fund, $1,000 or more, or has put a codicil on their will saying there is $1,000 to be given to the Rotary Foundation endowment fund when I'm gone.